quick decisions, no matter how well planned organization you are, because these are the challenges times and the things are changing drastically over the quarters. पहले जो साल में चीज़ें होती थी अब वो quarters में हो जाती है, दिनों में हो जाती है. So my secret or my inspiration is always keep the basics in front of you, right? And the basics are, as an HR person, you have to look at the overall stakeholders, right? Be it the management side, be it the employee side, and आपको जल्दी भी decision करना है. Whatever action you'll take today, it has some reaction over the period of time. So are you as an organization ready to accept that, and are you prepared to do that? इसके लिए सबसे ज़रूरी ये है कि knee-jerk reactions, it's okay, go on, take it, but as an organization you should have a culture of flexibility and a positive acceptance towards any kind of change. Because if you have, as an HR, you have instilled in your culture those things, then you will be in a very slightly comfortable position to take on any challenging situation, whatever it may be.
Okay, very good. Flexibility is another important thing. Sir?
If at all knee-jerk reactions become necessary and you decide to cut on some perks or benefits and salaries or manpower, etc., then not only should it be applied equitably and justly, but it must start from the top. Because normally the tendency that I've seen is cut the drivers, inko sab contract pe kar do. And actually the axe always falls invariably on the lower staff, which does not speak well of the corporate social responsibility that we carry, and also it does not speak much about the culture and the values of the company. So that's how it must be applied. The cut must start from the top. The charity must begin from the top. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you.
I think the biggest endangered species in recession is trust. So what happens is that when you take knee-jerk decisions and they backfire, even people who are secure in the organization become insecure. So I would really feel that if you have to make quick decisions, one thing that has to be very clear is that it is based on certain principles. And if principles and values are the ones on which you're making decisions, and people in the organization are fully conversant that you are making decisions based on principles and values, whether they are short-term or long-term, there will be a trust factor. And that trust factor will make them accept all the pains that you are giving them, because when the pleasure was there, they were accepting the pleasure as well. So if you have given the pleasure and you're also giving the pain, and it's very open and based on principles and values, you can get the change through in the short term as well.
Okay, wonderful. Now we just have a couple of questions from the audience, I promise, and then we will allow you to.
First of all, I would like to comment and thank you very much for bringing up this trust factor once again, because this is the key sort of point. I just wanted to know your perspective on this knee-jerk thing, and I want to go a step behind this strategic mix decision making at the time of knee-jerk when the companies are in crunch. My question is that what is the credibility of HR manager and HR team and the skill set to sell your strategic mix to the CEO of the or to the owner of the company? So the question is that how to get that position where HR is sellable to the owner to pass through this knee-jerk in a smooth way. Thank you.
Wonderful. So how to earn the credibility of the top management to be able to sell these ideas? Is that the question? Yes. HR, all of you have proved me wrong. HR is supposedly the best at communicating. All of you have shown it. So 45 seconds for each response. Quick, brief, and crisp.
I think this question is, the answer to this question is not just relevant to this scenario, but overall, you have to earn the respect and the confidence of the people, and they will only respect it when you know your processes and you know your business.
Very good, very good. So you know your bosses and you know your business.
Processes.
Oh, you know your processes. I think it's also important to know your bosses.
I would say HR, the concept of strategic partners, business partners is sometimes misunderstood as well. I'm sorry I'm using this word. Why? Because business partner does not necessarily mean that you become the board man. Business partner means that you are really interested in the business to that extent that you have the courage of raising voice if even the board is going against the business interest. And that courage, the HR as a profession needs to have that courage if they would like to empower. You know, sometimes I say, to make yourself more powerful, sometimes you have to learn giving away the power. And why everything has to be done by HR, no matter how much transparent I am, at the end of the day, if you lose your job based on a system which I have developed, you're never going to accept it. So why everything has to be carried out by the HR? Why HR professionals cannot learn to get the job done? By engaging the people. Okay guys, 150 people have to go. I'm sorry, I'm not in a position. You, all of you, sit down together, identify a criteria, sell it to me so I could sell it to the board. And once you sell it to me, at this point in time, nobody knows who is going to fall in that criteria. That is the way that we can earn credibility. By giving away power, actually we become powerful. And
very good, very good. Very solid, very solid. Next question. We need a microphone here.
From the whole day discussion, I have learned that the HR people are the most important people, and one of the panelists, female panelist, also has described it an important person. I have been dealing as a business person and a business manager in my 20 years life, and now I have switched to the HR area from the past 3 years. But I have thought that the HR manager or the HR chief, he is a subordinated to the business people, and he has not of that value in the business which the business or the marketing people are capturing. And how we can say that the HR people are the important people? And the other thing is, one of the panelists said that वो भेज देते हैं जी उसको जो इसकी शक्ल अच्छी होती है. I should say that they said that person which has no value and he is free in the organization, that is sent for the training. But my main question is that it should be explained that how the HR people are the most important people. Thank you.
I think response, but a quick one. The reason that we can freely say that is because everybody in the room is from the HR, so nobody can fire back.
HR के लोग बड़े important होते हैं, बड़ी अच्छी बात है. I'm very happy to hear that, being an HR person. One thing we need to understand is that people management का जो responsibility है, that is the responsibility of the line manager. It comes as a surprise to a lot of people, but 50% of the job of every manager is to manage their people. HR का जो role है, broadly speaking, is the conscious keeper of the organization, is to ensure that decision making in the organization is being carried out in a defined manner, in the expected manner, in a transparent manner. Diversity है, communication है, equal practice, fairness के साथ हो रहा है. Leadership की promotion है, communication effective है. आप जो बात कह रहे हैं कि HR के रोल के लिए कि वो subordinate रोल है और assist करना है लोगों का, एक प्रॉब्लम ये भी है. मैं again going back to what Wasif had said, some of the things about the 4 people, blind people sitting in a room trying to define an elephant. There are a lot of roles which are given the title of HR. Every role which is given under the label of HR is not necessarily HR. There is a bean counter role, there is a handmaiden role, there is a strategic partner role. A lot of times it is not in the control of the people.